Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. And today I have this DSi XL in this nice brown color. I don't know if it shows right on camera. Now you might have already seen the video where I mod the 3DS, or the video with this blue DSi with the R4 card. And yes, that also works on this DSi XL. But as you saw in the title, today's video is on how to mod your DSi or DSi XL. Now for this you'll need an SD card or a micro SD card with an SD adapter. Now I have a 32GB SD card for this, which is probably overkill, and I don't recommend going above 32GB if it's just Nintendo DS games, because they don't take up that much space anyways. Now what you want to do is put the SD card in your computer and right click it and press format. Now make sure the file system says FAT32, and I'm pretty sure 32KB is correct. Now press start and press OK, and it will say format complete. And now that we know our SD card is the right format, we're gonna eject it and put it back into the console. Okay, so we're gonna put the SD card in and we're gonna power on the console. And you want to go to the DSi camera app, open it, and in here you're basically gonna press next on all of these dialogues and just complete the tutorial until you see you can press the SD card icon and it will make the necessary files. Now after this, press album, and if there's any tutorial stuff left like this, make sure you do all of this. Now this is very important. Some of you might see a Facebook icon and some of you won't. This will be important for the modding steps. But for now, let's power off the DSi, take out the SD card and plug it back into the computer. Now you should see a hidden folder called private. Now if you don't, go to the top under view, and then under show here, make sure hidden items is checked. Now what you'll need is the download from the description, which is the jailbreak file. And once you have that zip file opened, you're gonna select everything except for the extras you need folder, and we're gonna drag it to the root of the SD card. Now once it's done copying, we're gonna go into the private folder, DS, and the app folder, and now you get a folder called 484E494A. We're going to open that folder, and in here is a pit.bin file. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rename this file. I'm going to name it backup pit. This is so the Nintendo DSi does not read this file as the pit.bin file. So now what you want to do, you want to open the extras you'll need folder. Now in here you'll have two folders, one which says camera has Facebook icon and one that says camera has no Facebook icon. Now in my case, it is the one with the Facebook icon, so you want to double click the folder, and in here will be a pit.bin folder. And you've guessed it, we're gonna drag this folder into our 484E49 whatever folder, and now your folder should look like this. And now you want to eject the SD card and put it back into your console. Okay, so now you want to open the camera app. It's gonna check the SD card, make sure it is selected on the top, and we're gonna press album. But instead of the album, it's gonna open this menu. Now it will ask you to select your language. I'm gonna choose system, so I'm gonna press A to proceed. Now for region, I'm picking Europe and pressing A, and it will boot up this screen, which is different from your usual launch screen. Now we're gonna touch the screen, and it will show Twilight Menu by Rocket Robs. Now give it a second to load, and as you can see, we are in, baby! Now you will have a couple things, a folder called private, the Twilight menu, a dump tool, and the Unlaunch DSi installer no cache. Now before you do anything else, please use the dump tool. So press A, and it will say, press A to begin NAND dump. Press A. The size will be about 240 megabytes in my case. Now I'll come back to you once this is done. Now once it says progress 100%, it will say done and press start to exit. Now we'll go back into Twilight menu, and that's great and all, and Twilight menu is here, but it doesn't boot automatically. So now let me show you how to automate it. Now go to the Unlaunch DSi installer no cache and press A, and on your top screen it will say how to install, how to use, how it works, install now, power down, and uninstall. Now we're going to select install now, and we're going to press A. It will say installation complete, and now we're going to fully power off the DSi. Now don't start it up yet. You have to hold A and B together and then turn on your DSi. And it will go into Unlaunch, but with a new menu. Now you want to go to Options and press A, and where it says No button, you're gonna press A again. And in this menu, you want to go down until you're on Twilight Menu++. Now press A again. So now next to No button, it should say boot.nds. So we're gonna go down to Save and Exit and press A. So now what you want to do is power down the DSi and turn it back on, and you will see it launches in the modded version of the menu, Twilight menu, without pressing any buttons while launching. Now I think if you hold A while powering up your device, it will boot into your regular DSi menu. Let me test that right now. Okay, so that will launch on launch, but I have a fix for that, because here it says if you hold B, it will launch into your game cartridge, I think, looking at the name ROM card. But if you go to button A, and you change that to the word launcher, and then hit save and exit, after you power off your DSi and hold A again while powering it on, it should boot into your regular DSi menu. Just like that. Now I thought that was pretty useful. Other tutorials don't show it, so there you go. Anyhow, back to the modded menu. Now we actually need to eject the SD card, so turn off your console, eject the SD card and put it in your computer. If Windows says, do you want to fix and scan the USB drive, continue without scanning, or you'll format it. And we're back into the SD card for two reasons. First of all, we want to go back to the private folder, DS, app, and the 484E49, whatever A folder, which is basically the camera album folder. And we want to remove this pit.bin file. Yes, I want to delete this file. And we're going to rename this file back to pit.bin. Now we're doing this so your camera album on your DSi will work again. Now in here will be a weird folder, and if you click into it, you can see this is your NAND backup. So I'm going to back this folder up on my computer. Now that that is done, you will see a GBA and an NDS folder, and in there you can basically paste your GBA or NDS games, or you can dump them using the dump tool. Now in my case, I already dumped it on my PC, and I'm going to copy it directly onto the root of the SD card, and I'll show you why in a second. Now once you're done dumping your games on the SD card, we're going to eject it and put it back onto our console. Alright, so now if I turn on the DSi XL, we'll see Twilight menu, and as you can see, my Mario Kart DS is on the home menu, which is why I dumped it on the root of the SD card. Now if you want to hide Unlaunch and Dump Tool and Twilight menu, you can put it in a folder. Now if I did dump my game into the NDS folder, there would be a folder called NDS or GBA in here if there was actual stuff in it, and then Mario Kart would be in that folder. Now that's just an extra step for me and I didn't want to do that. Now let me show you that my Mario Kart DS works. So just press A, it will say creating page file.sys, creating screenshots, and allocating space for creating a RAM dump. Please wait. It should only do this once, and after this one time, it should take way less time. Allocating space for AP fixed overlays, and this should show up the NDS bootstrap, and as you can see, Mario Kart DS is working. And yes, I did test this online, locally, with another DSi, and even through the download play thing that DSs have, for if your friend didn't own the game, but you still wanted to play Mario Kart. Please bring this stuff back, Nintendo. That was very cool. Now let me just show you how fast it should launch after the first time. Alright, here we go. Pressing A. And there it is. Now yes, I think it does take longer than booting it from your game cartridge, but this is a great way if your game cartridge reader is broken or you just don't want to carry your games on holiday or wherever you're going. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below that this worked. And follow my Twitch as I'm doing a Pokemon Heart Gold series right now. And also check out my other two videos on how to mod your 3DS and my tutorial for an R4 card in 2025 and if it's worth doing compared to modding your 3DS or your DSi XL. Now I've already yapped enough. Please join my Discord server if you need any help with all of this stuff or you just want to chat with me and others. And yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.